All right, let's finish this one off together. What is my restriction here? Should x be greater than or less than? And what's a number that's my restriction? Greater than or equal to 1. Perfect. Okay, let's get to work. I am going to get the radical by itself. So x minus 1 equals x minus 3. To get rid of the radical, I'm going to square everything together. A quick little side note here. This is a perfect square. Remember that when we have a plus b all squared, or it could be minus b, but when everything is squared, this is a squared plus or minus 2ab. So whatever sign is here is the same sign here. Yeah, where's my green pen there? And then plus b squared. So this is x minus 1. The radical cancels the square. Okay, x squared minus 6x plus 9. All right, to solve for x, I need to collect like terms. So I'm going to minus x plus 1. That gives me 0 on the left. X squared minus 7x plus 10. Okay, what does this look like? What kind of an equation is this? It's a quadratic. How do we find the x-intercepts of a quadratic? It's already set to 0, but what's the method? What am I trying to do? Factor it. Yes. Okay, so factor it. I have a leading coefficient of 1 here, so I can use my quote-unquote magic numbers method, right? So I need two numbers that will multiply. 1 times 10 to positive 10, and the same numbers to add to negative 7, my middle number. What numbers work here? Negative 2 and negative 5 work. Okay, so right away I can say 0 equals x minus 2, x minus 5. So what are my two possible solutions? 2 and 5. So my first check, do they comply with my restriction? Is this greater than or equal to 1? Yes and yes. Okay, so first check, good to go. Let's do a mathematical check. If I'm checking for x equals 2, I'm going to rewrite the original equation into here, keeping the left and right sides separate. So I'm going to have 3 plus square root 2, because that's the number I'm checking, minus 1. Equal sign is the line. On the right side of the equation, I just have an x. So I'm just going to write the 2 there. And I'm making sure that left and right match up. 3 plus square root of 1. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 does not equal 2. So here, the left side does not equal the right side. I'm going to do the same check with the other one. 3 plus square root 5 minus 1. Equal sign is the line down the center. 5 is the number I'm checking. 3 plus square root of 4. 3 plus 2. This does equal 5. So left side equals right side. This is telling me I only have one legitimate root or one legitimate solution for this equation, which means that x equals 2 does not satisfy the equation. We call it extraneous or the extra root. Mathematically, it kind of works out, but it doesn't fit our equation. It doesn't fit our left and right side. Okay, so this is an example of an algebraic one. Here is an example where I want you to use Desmos again. In method 1, here is your original equation. Okay, first determine the restriction. X should be greater than or equal to what number? Remember, we want everything inside the radical to be greater than or equal to 0. So X must be greater than or equal to -4. Thank you. Yes. So -4 is our restriction. We got to be greater than that number. So here is just kind of walking you step by step. You don't need to worry about this side. We want to move these parts over there. So that means I'm going to add my 4 and minus my x. Collect like terms if possible. Looking at this line, the only thing I can collect are the 2 4s. So this is 8 minus x plus the square root of x plus 4. You're going to put this into Desmos. Tell me, what is the x-intercept? What solution do you get? Okay, so looking at my screen, do we agree? I put one equation into the input. It was the simplified equation that we got. It's showing me that the value is 0 when x is 12. Is 12 greater than or equal to -4? It passes the restriction test. Method 2, I want you to feel really comfortable doing both methods, okay? Method 2 is we're keeping the two sides separate. So 4 plus the square root x plus 4 on one side, and then x minus 4 on the other side. So two different equations here. So 4 plus square root x plus 4. And another equation, x minus 4. And now I'm not looking for where it crosses the x-axis. I'm looking for the crossover. We want one equation to equal the other. Where will they equal? I touch the point there, 12 and 8. So again, the value x is 12. So now this is the intersection. Is at x equals 12, and we know that 12 passes the restriction test. So both methods gave us the same answer. That is good, because the answer should always be the same no matter what method we use. Let's check the solution algebraically, left side versus right side. I put the 12 in here. I put the 12 in here. 12 minus 4 is 8, and 8. I don't have anything else I can do on the right side. On the left side, 12 plus 4 is 16. Square root of 16 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So it passes the algebraic test. So therefore, we have a solution at x equals 12. Okay, so your homework for this section is finding the roots of the equation. Some of the questions will ask you to do this algebraically. Some of the questions will ask you to do this graphically. Tomorrow, our quiz is on all of the radicals